Do any of you also collect high-end crafts? Because I'm interested in crafts, and it's very difficult for me to find a gallery that may just specialize in that. You have to go to a craft gallery and see who they are, and sometimes they have pictures and not. But and I was a craft artist way back when, and it's very difficult for high-end craft artists to get the acceptance that maybe fine artists get.
I'd like to speak on the African-American doll.
Yes.
Because I collect, I'm sorry, thanks. I'm just going to speak on one aspect of the art, of the arts crafts. There's a gallery in PG County called Serengeti, and they do beautiful African-American dolls from African-American artists all over the country. And I go there to purchase African-American dolls. That's one of my passions too. And so I can highly recommend them, but only for African-American dolls. A wonderful friend of mine, what's the young lady's name that, Viola Berkeley, did a beautiful a doll from African culture. And I happened to go to get the picture framed, and I saw this beautiful image. And it was expensive, but I knew Viola, and it was impeccable. And ironies of our ironies, when the Reginald Lewis Museum came to the home to look at the collection, that was the piece that she wanted for their museum. So check out Serengeti Gallery.
And Joyce Scott, who represents Joyce Scott is here in Baltimore.
Contemporary. Goya does.
Yeah. Joyce Scott is
But
here.
it was hard for me to find out who represented her, and Joyce Scott's been around for 30-some years.
Yes.
Maybe 40 years.
Yes.
But it's hard to find high-end crafts. And I'm thinking about, what's that art? It's a jeweler, Art Smith, who was out in the 60s and whatnot. And when you look at shows and look at things, his jewelry is not in our hands. You know, a lot of times he gets signed and sometimes he did, but the wonderful things that he created, a lot of black people don't have. They're very expensive now, but they didn't necessarily support him back then. And that's the way a lot of black artists, craft artists are today. And I was just wondering, where do you find it? I mean, I know, but like Joyce Scott, as well as she's known, it's hard to find her work. She's at Goya, she's at a place in San Francisco, and a place in New York.
Well, I think this group is probably more of fine art collectors, and I know that I don't have a lot of resources. I know Joyce, I know Serengeti Gallery, which I think is another good resource. One suggestion I do have, however, is I know annually that there is a craft fair. I believe it's in Baltimore, the convention center, and there may be resources there. And I'm sure
I go to it's very few black, and a lot of these artists are trained as fine artists.
Right.
Joyce Scott,
yes.
but Joyce Scott paints and does sketches. She does a lot of different things, but you can't. It's a different thing that I can see where they intertwine, because if you collect it, I mean, they're potters, glass blowers, furniture makers. I mean,
Yeah, and many artists are.
Oh,
Hold on, we have a response.
Wilberforce, I think it's about 15 years ago, they did a show in terms of high-end craft art, and there was a catalog that was created from that. So I think the offense, if you perhaps go on Amazon or check through some of the other high-end craft people you know. I think I have a copy of the, I'm sure I have a copy of the catalog, and I can get you the name of that catalog, and I think that can be a source.